Good morning, LBHT crew. Good morning, Rogue Nation. It is Tuesday. There's no such thing as a happy Tuesday. Tuesdays aren't happy. Okay. Well, we can manage it. Okay. This is supposed to help you get through that Tuesday. All right. Man, you guys are here early. I love to see it. Carmelo Moody here early says, Grand Rising family. Grand Rising to you. Salute. Michael Akins, good morning. Appreciate you coming through. Megan says going to the Dolphins for help for your team is like going to the doctors for help after you bled them to death, in my opinion.
Wow.
Man, talent is talent.
Facts.
Talent is talent. Okay. Like, you're not going to a team for help. They're not on the team anymore. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like if and we'll talk about Tyreek Hill in a second. If Tyreek Hill is 100%, that's talent. You don't just say, oh well, nah, we good. We don't want to play it like that. Right? You got to do your due diligence. But yeah, same thing with Bradley Chubb. The problem is the injuries though. 10 p.m. there. You're in Australia? You're in Australia? I think you're in Australia. Yep. Australia, listen, me and B talk about this all the time. Australia is one of the most dangerous places on earth. Okay, and we ain't talking about the people there. Okay, you have giant everything there. We just saw a picture of this giant moth. What do they call them? Wood moths that are too heavy to fly. Okay, they're the size of your forearm.
All right.
I don't know how y'all do it.
It's facts, man. B was talking about it too. You talking about the spiders. The big spiders.
The spiders.
And people were like, oh, they're more scared of you than you are of it. But he's like, it's thousands of them. Thousands.
First of all, I don't believe that. Then why are they in my house?
Listen, Australia is one of the places that even the Baltimore City dude to be like, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm good there. I'm good. I'll pass on that.
Facts.
Rainmaker, good morning. This is morning, guys. Chubb and Mac are the signings the Ravens like. Mac from Minter and Chubb from Weaver. Either would be good fits, won't break the bank, and high upside. I kind of see that too, right? I kind of see them making a move like that. They could fit. They could probably sign them both to a reasonable deal.
Right.
They're guys that that the coaches know, especially Khalil Mack, because Khalil Mack knows this system that they're about to run, this defensive scheme that they're about to run. And there's not a lot of coaching that needs to happen there. And he's still a good player. Not great, but he's still good.
He's better than what we got. I mean, it's 5.5 sacks would have led the team. And also 2 seasons ago, he had 17 sacks. So I'll take something in between those two. And it's still better than what we have.
Facts. What else we got in here? OJ Stoical. Great morning. Indeed. Good to see you. It is what it is. Good morning.
Biggie.
Evan, good morning. Konnichiwa. Just Aloe, salute. Good morning. Team Rainy, good morning.
Just good.
Sea Iron Addict,
Our guy was good.
What's going on? Michael Hawthorne, good morning. Good morning to you. We got Ty Riggs, salute. Coach is in the house. Good morning,
Coach. Him and Nitro was doing some football talk.
I was in the chat yesterday. Grails, good morning. I be saying good morning. KWG15, good morning. Who else is in here? Lindsay Bailey, good morning.
The Philippines.
Okay. Salute. He says, thank you both for all you do keep us informed and engaged with Baltimore Ravens content. Hey, thank you. Appreciate that.
Support.
Yeah. Marquise, good morning. Says, the animals and insects are dangerous and they got a huge outlaw motorcycle gang problem. Them Aussies are wild. Megan says, love spiders. My dad used to collect them. If you're born out there, you're used to it. It's not a big deal. But if you're not born in that area, man, look, ain't nothing for you. Okay. Tori, good morning. Good morning. Who else we got in here? RJ Trap, good morning. Who else? Yes. Phantom Cyborg, salute.
Morning.
Bucko Beezy, TC,
Xavier.
Yolanda. What's up, Yolanda?
Good morning.
Good morning. Xavier, good morning. All right. I think I got everybody. Dr. Kush. Good morning. Yeah. He's she says, well, I think she meant to put 1,000 ways to die before you leave the house down there. Yeah. Facts.
It's Flock from the block.
Flock from the block. Good morning. I think we hit everybody. Good morning to everybody. Thanks for coming through. Listen.
Appreciate it.
I heard an ugly rumor yesterday. All right. Did I make a slide? I need to get back to doing that. I'm not giving you guys the full experience here. There we go. Jason Lockenfor reports the Ravens are receiving contract rejections from Tyler Linderbaum's camp as extension talks stall. Baltimore reportedly has underlying medical concerns, quote unquote, factoring into negotiations. Okay, a couple things. First of all, every time we mention Jason Lockenfor, you guys roll your eyes. I don't think Jason Lockenfor puts out misinformation. Right? Does he feel a little slimy? Yeah, like his voice is it can annoy you. I get it. He doesn't usually put out bad information, from what I could tell. Right. So there's something to this.
It's like getting life advice from a mobster. It may be true, but you guy, really? Yeah.
What's that movie? Bronx Tale. Sonny's giving life advice to Robert De Niro's son.
Yeah. And now this to me, this is all reminiscent of the Lamar Jackson contract talks. Oh, they were concerned about his play style. They wanted to give him a certain contract, but wanted to guard themselves in case of injuries. It's always something with the Ravens. Now, if you'd just given him his 5th-year option, we wouldn't be going through this. Now, you can't franchise tag because today is the day that teams can actually franchise or transition tag players. Now, his 5th-year option was around about $24 million. The franchise tag is $28 million. So that's kind of off the table. So now it's either you negotiate with him and he accepts what you give, or he walks and goes somewhere else. And the problem is the highest paid center right now, which is Creed Humphrey for the Kansas City Chiefs. He makes $18 million per season. And the Ravens don't want to go too much above that. They want to stay in that range, but he's going to get 20 plus million offers from other teams, and the Ravens aren't willing to pay that. So what are you going to do? There are a couple of free agents out there that the Ravens could sign. There may be some draft picks, but we need stability. We already don't have a left guard. We already don't have a right guard. We don't know what's really going to happen with Ronnie Stanley or if Roger Rosengarten is going to come back to the form that he had on his rookie season. So you want to bring one more question mark into the offseason by not re-signing Linderbaum? Like, I'm not comparing, but you gave $100 million to a safety, and now you're balking and giving somebody a contract that touches the ball every time. So, yeah, it's crazy. I hope it's just a rumor.
Facts. And Megan says 50,000 ways to die down here before you leave the house. Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
Thank you for
y'all got it.
Right.
Y'all got it. I got nothing, I got nothing for that. Okay. Right. Yeah. I don't care if it's a quote unquote low value position. It's not low value when you don't have it. Right. And what's the other option? The next best center is Connor McGovern, from what I can see. And will we sign him? Right. If we don't sign Connor McGovern, he goes somewhere else. Then what's your next plan? Go into the draft? Well, draft who? Because that's always the answer for Ravens fans when it comes to offense. Well, we can draft that position. Who are you gonna draft? Right. We drafted a center before. You guys remember? He ain't here anymore. We drafted him not that long ago. Same draft as Sanusi Kane. Same draft as Devin Leary. He's in the same place as all of them.
Not on the team.
If EDC was doing his job and drafting well, we'd be in a position where he could say, "Nah, we're all right with center. We don't need to go center. We got his replacement." Right. But all of these late round picks that we keep picking up that we don't develop don't work out. This is the real issue that we have with the team right now is once again, we have 10 draft picks in this draft. What 7 of them are after the 4th round, and what are we really going to do with those picks? Are we really going to develop them into players that can replace guys down the road, or are they just filling up spots? Are they camp bodies? So, but yeah, Linderbaum is going to reset the market, and it needs to happen here. I do not like this part. I mean, I know every team does it, but it doesn't have to be this painful. Just give him his 20 mil and keep it moving. He's worth it. You don't have a plan B. You don't have a real plan B, right? And if you got to sign, even if you got Connor McGovern, you still have to go get 2 guards, like Hendo said, right? Like Voorhees returning into that position is not an option. Falele is a free agent who they're saying could make up to like $10 million a year.
Right.
So I mean, you have to get 2 guards. You want to replace your whole interior O-line in one off season.
Right.
You can do it, but that's that just makes it tougher.
Yeah. Yeah, and the part that a lot of people don't take into account is because we always hear the talk about EDC is not done. We still have the June 1st cuts that we can go through and possibly bring on the team. But you have to look at the other side of this equation. The player has to want to come here. He's an option, but does he want to come to Baltimore? Is he comfortable with you offering him $13 million a season? Like, there are other teams that need centers as well, and they are willing to outbid you. So just because he may be in your plans to be the backup plan doesn't mean he's coming to Baltimore. So they need to get this together, because we just went through this with Ronnie Stanley. You've talked about it a lot where people have said, oh, Ronnie Stanley's a bum. He ain't worth the money. What's the backup plan? EDC didn't have a backup plan for his injuries. While he was injured year in and year out, they never brought in a tackle as a backup plan. Then you had to pay him the money because we had no viable options to come protect Lamar Jackson. Even as we stand right now, if Ronnie Stanley were to get hurt, who's the backup option? Y'all can say Carson Vincent, but we just don't know. He could turn out to be great. He might be complete garbage. But EDC has not built this offensive line the way that he spoke about 2 off seasons ago. So you need to know and go with what you know. We know that Tyler Linderbaum is not the best center in the league. But what I do know is, out of his 4 years, he's a 3-time Pro Bowler. That's good enough for me.
For what it's worth.
Right.
But this is the issue that we run into, right? We do this every year. Not yours, Londa. Hold on a second. Grail says he's not worth $20 million. Creed is way better than him. Use that money on guards. Okay, 2 things. 1, is Creed Humphrey available? No, he's not available. Then he's worth $20 million. 2, what guards you want to use that money on? What guards are worth like breaking the bank over? There are some solid guards in this draft. They're not going. We don't need to break the bank to get them. Elijah Vera Tucker was one of them, right? There's a Joel Bitonio, and I hear he's not that good anymore, but he's better than what we have. But we don't need to break the bank on those players.
Wyatt Teller, Zion Johnson.
Yeah. But center. Okay, he's not better than Creed Humphrey. Can we get Creed Humphrey? No. Then he's the top center on the market. We need to pay him. There's no plan B. If we don't get him, who do we get? That's the answer. Like, these aren't like Hendo just said. We did the same thing with Ronnie Stanley. Like, thankfully we brought him back, but we fans are talking about he's not worth the money. He's hurt too much. Okay. What's plan B? There is no plan B. There's still no plan B for Ronnie Stanley 2 years later.
Right.
If he goes down and he can't play, who's filling that spot that you feel comfortable with?
Right.
That's how bad this team has been constructed.
Right. With possibly a rookie center. So now you want to have no option at left tackle. Yeah. New left guard, new right guard, brand new rookie center. How does that going to work out? And Creed Humphrey is a real sore spot to me. That's one guy I don't like. Well, not him personally. I like Creed Humphrey personally, but just the name. But the only reason I don't like Creed Humphrey, the Creed Humphrey talk, is because the Ravens had a chance to get him. The Ravens let go of Orlando Brown Jr. and traded got a first round pick in return, gave up a second round to take Odafe Owe instead of taking Creed Humphrey. So yeah, we wouldn't even be having these talks if EDC was doing his due diligence and actually picking the best player available, like the Ravens mantra is or supposed to be.
Yeah. Coach C, good morning.
Yo,
I be saying good morning. Salute. Someone's gonna overpay for him. It's not overpaying. Like what you guys think is overpaying, that's just setting the market. Every time a player sets the market, that's their money. That's what they're worth. Like the most underpaid players in professional sports are NFL players. Like it's not overpaying. Like, does he protect your quarterback? Is he good? Like, if you have a terrible center, how much is it worth to you then?
Right.
Like, you just saw your quarterback get blown up last year. Was it worth to you to keep your quarterback upright?
Right.
Safety doesn't do that. The edge rusher doesn't do that. You would pay more. Y'all, this is the same group of people, Hendo, that wants to commit $30 million to average tight ends. I can't believe y'all.
And they're okay with that.
I'm messing with y'all, man. I'm messing with y'all.
I have a question. I have a question for y'all. For those that say he's not worth the money, for those that don't like Tyler Linderbaum, how many sacks did he give up last year? If you don't know, it's only 2. For as bad as you say he played last year, on a down year, he gave up 2 sacks.
Yeah, that's playing next to 2 horrible guards.
Bruh.
Agnes, what's going on? Good morning. Yeah. Ravens so lack player development. Hopefully this coaching staff can make that a thing of the past. Absolutely. And I think they will, which is why I think these draft classes should work out better than before, And listen, we don't like the idea of Linderbaum moving on, but it's not the end all be all if they have a plan. I'm just asking what the plan is.
Right.
That's all I'm asking. What is your plan if you don't bring him in? If you say Connor McGovern and then we got, we're going to show up the guard position, we'll be fine overall. It might be a little shaky in the beginning while they're, learning each other, but it's going to work out well. Cool. I don't have to have all the answers. They have to have all the answers, but I can ask the question. Right. And based off of their history, I don't see any other plan other than bringing him back. And what else are you going to spend the money on? That's my question. What else do you have to spend the money on?
Another safety?
Right. O-line's a priority. If you got to kick out, if we're offering, what are we offering him realistically? Right? Like 17, 18 mil. He's asking for $2, $3, $4 million more.
Right.
Give it to him. Like there's nothing, like we don't have anything else that we got to spend a lot of money on. Max Crosby, no. If that's what's holding up getting Max Crosby can stay where he's at.
Right.
Max Crosby can't protect our quarterback. I'm saying that another team will pay more and outbid the Ravens to get Linderbaum. Yeah. Oh, yes, you're right.
Specifically the Giants.
Giants. No, it's not just the Giants. There's a few teams out there that are already licking their chops to get them.
The Patriots.
It's
a budget.
I think the 49ers. I think are a team.
Broncos, maybe. I mean, the worst thing they can do is let him test free agency, because loyalties aside, all right, you offered me $17.5 million a year, and I love Baltimore, and I love protecting Lamar Jackson, but this team offered me 24. Like, I have to think about my future. I don't know how long I'm going to be in the NFL. So yeah, I'm gonna take this 24 mil per year. I'm gonna take this 89 mil guaranteed in my pocket versus what the Ravens are offering. And I know that I'm going to a team that's going to help build around me and not just throw anybody beside me and then blame me for the play of the whole offensive line.
Yep. Salute to JR for being a member for 1 month. Appreciate you.
Don't say the commands.
Don C, I see you in here.
Yes,
salute. Good morning. Let's see. Retired Gunny, salute.
What's up, Gunny?
World class, Gary Watts. Cousin Davon in here. Salute, Davon. He says, this time of year is always hilarious. We offer crab cakes and Lexington Market to every defensive player. Yeah.
They like, listen, fellas. If you come to Baltimore, I'm gonna show you how we reconstructed Mondawmin Mall. It's not what it used to be. Come on down. What? These players like, I'm allergic to shellfish. What? Get out of my face.
Stevie J salute says, good morning, fellas. I know I'm late.
Right.
How you guys feel about likely not being a Raven? It sucks, man. Like, he should have been signed over Mark Andrews. You know, that was a mistake felt earlier in the season. Yeah, I don't like it, but we can't commit a lot of money to him right out the gate. That's a tough one. If Isaiah likely doesn't get picked up early in free agency, and we work out these other issues like getting Linderbaum signed, finding guards, and filling up these other holes, I'm all for them trying to work something out to bring him back, but the mistake has been made, unfortunately.
It ain't looking good because did you see the Instagram post? Somebody, New England Patriot fan, posted something about come on home because he's from that area. He's a hometown kid up there, and he liked the post. Okay. He liked the post, so it's a possibility he could be going to the Patriots. They got the money.
I don't listen to none of these players on social media.
I don't, but
they're the most. Hey, these I can call them kids now. These kids, man, like they put whatever out there. And Mun, good morning. But yeah, it could be something.
It's just a thought that other teams are sitting there licking their chops, waiting for March 9th for the legal tamper period to offer him a contract because he's already turned out contracts from the Ravens. They're not going to give him the money that he wants. And for me, I don't like it at all because EDC acts like this is brand new. He acts like on February 17th, he just learned who the free agents were going to be. You know who your free agents are as soon as you draft them. If I get you in the second round, I know I got 4 years with you. That's it. Yep. And if I like you, I know I need to be working on a deal. Start thinking about a deal year 2 if you're giving the production. Year 3, I'm steadily working with you like what you need, what you want, what you got. I'm not going to wait till the end of year 4 and be like, I'll give you a little bit of this and hope that you come back. Like EDC seems like he's always surprised that he's a free agent. I didn't know this. We don't have the money right now. Sorry.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's just them. That was their way of saying. And again, this is a John Harbaugh thing. I think if Harbaugh didn't have the influence, that move doesn't get made to re-sign Mark Andrews midseason. John Harbaugh had too much influence in the front office, and EDC without John Harbaugh, I don't think makes the same decisions. Right. Because it's common sense you wait until the offseason because likely is the one you want to get signed first. Andrews will be there. Andrews will be the one that, there's no rush to snatch him up. Like you can just wait a minute to figure things out, tell him hold off. And, because he's older and he's been in Baltimore for a while, he might wait to make that deal happen,
Right. Yeah. But it just gets crazy. And if John Harbaugh, listen, John, if you watch us, if you listen to us, if you have any affinity for the Baltimore Ravens, the fans, the area, trade for Mark Andrews. If you ever loved us, if you ever had any love for us, trade for Mark Andrews. That's all I'm saying.
What's going on, Point? Salute. Thanks for coming through. We got tactical precision training. Salute. Says, man, the Ravens front office don't want to win. They are flushing Lamar's career down the toilet. They make boneheaded decisions that make no sense whatsoever. John Harbaugh didn't care about winning. John Harbaugh cared about being right, winning his little petty battles. But John Harbaugh's fired now. And I think EDC very much cares about his career, which is tied to winning. I think Steve Bisciotti made that very clear. Right. So, listen, I think EDC is this conversation that we're having right here in the chat. That's what's going on in EDC's mind right now. Right. He wakes up in cold sweats with these conversations going on in the chat in his mind right now. Like, oh my God, why did I sign Mark Andrews? Why did I do that? Yo, I gotta pay Linderbaum how much? How am I gonna explain this? He better cut that check. You better cut that check.
Right.
You gotta really look at how much money you're gonna have after you get Lamar's deal done. I think really that's where all the focus is, getting him re-signed. And then after that, you can go back and forth. That's fine. You have a little time before free agency hits. But before that tampering period happens, you better go ahead and agree to whatever he wants.
Right.
You know, you could put all the stuff out now. That's how these teams do. They put out these little fake rumors. Oh, you're concerned about his injuries. You're concerned about his injuries, but you're making him an offer still. Right? It ain't no concern.
Yeah, how concerned are you really?
Right. We got a super chat from JR. Appreciate that. It says front office does a terrible job extending players in year 2 and 3. Let too many players hit free agency and they never come back to Baltimore.
Fact.
You know something? I just thought about it. If we don't bring back Tyler Linderbaum, he will have been the first. I think he'll have been the first round center to not get a second contract with his team. When you draft a center in the first round, that's usually one of the safest picks. If you see a center that talented, that I don't think any center has not made it to a second contract with their team that's been drafted in the first round.
All right.
You know, and he's obviously worth it. It's just a question of how much do we want to pay. And, you know, like I said, man, like, I don't care if it was $24 million. I don't care. Like, yes, I still can't believe we re-signed Andrews. Like, what if we pay that extra money for him? What is that keeping us from signing?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like there is no position out there that we need. Not that we would like, that we need, that we be like, oh, if we sign him, then, you know, that's going to hurt us here. Blair, what's going on? Says, I know Tyreek Hill recently had surgery on his torn ACL and got released from the Dolphins yesterday, but do you guys think he would be a good free agent asset with our Ravens? That is a question. Hendo, what do you think about this?
Is Walter wet? What? I will take a 75% Tyreek Hill over 120% Rashad Bateman any day. And I do understand he may not be ready for the beginning of the season. And technically that's not when we're going to need him. And people are going to say no to Tyreek because of the off-field issues. But once again, we are past the good guy role. We are past these quiet boys. We need guys that are going to help us win. And if Tyreek has a fraction of that speed, that is something that you cannot replicate in the NFL. I don't care how fast you think Hollywood was. I don't care how fast you think Bateman is, how fast you think Zay is. No one is as fast as Tyreek Hill. And even at his advanced age, he is still faster than 95% of the NFL. And if you think him stretching the field or just being a decoy is not going to help the Ravens in the long run, you're crazy. But I get it if you don't want him. But for me, I want to bring in all the assets. And for him coming off an injury, that is going to lower his asking price dramatically. And that's the best thing. We can fit him under the cap and we get a star player, albeit coming off an injury. But we've seen other players come off injuries and still do certain things. We don't need him to be number one wide receiver Tyreek Hill. We just need him to take the top off, make some plays, make defenses think about the pass game and open up everything for Derrick Henry and Lamar if he decides to run.
Yeah. Look, this is a tough one for me. I see people saying no way. If you don't like the move, why? And I'm not even like arguing against that, right? The off the field stuff, you know, I don't care about that. Everybody was excited about Mike Green being drafted, and he has definitely some questionable things go on off the field, right? I don't care about that. My thing is we have this thing of always getting guys that are older, past their prime, coming off an injury and hoping that they still have something left in the tank, right? He's a great talent. He might still be that guy. I just don't want to settle for that because we do that too often because we think, oh, okay, we're getting a guy with the at a good deal. I don't want to get good deals. I want to get good players.
Right.
You know, shoot for the stars, man. Get somebody that you know, hey, this guy's in the prime. He's healthy. And he can contribute. If we go through everything else and then we land on Tyreek Hill, that's one thing. But if we start with Tyreek Hill,
right,
you know, then I'm like, we that's just going cheap again. And you're not looking to really improve your team. You're just looking for a good deal. Grumpy Ravens, Canes fan, appreciate the super chat. Appreciate that. Says, morning, homies. Anyone knows Lamar says nothing while everyone says everything. Love my QB. Let's flock and go. Hendo, leader of Grumpy Nation.
It's the old man in me. I mean, I'm grumpy for a reason. Like people just make me mad sometimes. But listen, I understand. I can understand if you don't want him. I understand it. Like you don't want the troubles. You don't think that he's going to be the player that he used to be. But some of you guys, not you guys, but some of you guys are the same ones that were excited that Deshaun Jackson came up off the couch after not playing and thought he was going to be an impact player. Y'all thought Des Bryant, coming off of an ACL injury, not playing for 2 years, was going to be that guy. But we have a bona fide dude that 2 years ago almost broke the receiving record that can possibly help. And like you said, I'm not one to be like, he's it. Get me Justin Jefferson and Tyreek Hill. I mean,
like,
correct. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not a starter, but if, like you said, we go through everything, we fill all the needs that we have, and he's still out there, and the price point is right for him to come in and be wide receiver 3. That's a hell of a wide receiver 3 to have, especially if he's healthy.
Yep. Jaleel Rack, appreciate the super chat. Says Adrian Peterson did it. Yeah. And you know, he's a special player. He's a special player. And just for the record, I don't think he's completely washed, but just looking at his situation, that's just typically the type of player that the Ravens go after, right? And I'm just tired of that pattern,
right?
You know, but yes, get Tyreek Hill and somebody else. He's still going to command a certain amount of money. He's not going to come for the vet.
Oh, no doubt.
Listen, like I said, go after Justin Jefferson, go after AJ Brown, go after Amon-Ra St. Brown, go try to get one of these guys. If you don't and you get I ain't gonna be mad they signed Tyreek Hill. Let's just get that out the way. I'm not gonna be mad at that. This isn't a Sammy Watkins signing. Y'all forgot about Sammy Watkins, right? You forgot about him. You know, this isn't what's his name? You just said Des Bryant.
No.
You know, this isn't one of those signings where we're hoping, you know, we get a little something out of this guy that hasn't played in years or is clearly washed. It's not that. But, you know, I don't know. Just coming off an injury, he's older. I don't know.
You know, I know HIPAA law and everything, and you know, we don't know and discuss people's medicals, but isn't Max Crosby coming off an injury? Isn't he? Didn't he just have surgery recently? But everybody wants Max Crosby. That's okay, right? Oh, amazing! Defenders always get a pass.
Hey, listen, over 200 people in here. Hit that like button. If you're new in here, hit that subscribe button. We're gonna go for a few more minutes, and then we gotta get up out of here. We gotta get up out of here. 2 channels are streaming: Lunch Break, Hot Take, Rogue Pod. Man, let's bring back
Listen, I'm 100% for that. I want that guy to be.
I want to bring this up because in our comment sections, I'm not sure if they're probably saying something similar in your comments, but I know in my comments, I get a lot of, why are you down on Isaiah Likely? We're not down on Isaiah Likely. That's one thing. We're just saying you can't break the bank on Isaiah Likely, and you know he hasn't proven to be that guy. And it's like, well, how can you prove to be the guy if he's not getting the opportunities? And I just want to tell y'all, if you're one of those people that are saying, hey, he hasn't gotten the opportunity, you know, he could do better. We've had this same exact conversation about this man right here. Not just this man. This is the one that you guys put your focus on. You said the same thing about Devin Duvernay. Right? We said we had who's the guy that we drafted with Hollywood Brown?
Miles
Boykin. Like you guys just you have short-term memories, right? You move on to the next person once this person's out the room. But we've had these conversations over and over and over again. And I'm not saying Isaiah Likely is going to be these guys, but we've had these conversations. If you haven't proven it, you haven't proven it. And we can't project these things onto players that we want to happen. They have to show that they can do it.
Especially at 18 mil a year or 20 mil a year. But you forgot the Hall of Famer. You left out a Hall of Famer, Jose.
Oh,
Shamar Bridges.
Oh, that's
y'all forgot when he had that 100-yard game, and it
was 2 of them, right? It was Bridges and wasn't another person on the team.
It was
that we like.
The guy that had the good rep against Kyle Hamilton, and oh my God, see, that's what I mean.
Shamar Bridges,
he was supposed to be our new number one, undrafted. Nobody could say, 6'5", nobody can stop him. He's gonna be the best.
You guys do this all the time. The great one says no Alec Pierce love.
What?
Hey,
get him.
Listen, I wouldn't be mad at that.
That would be for me. That would be a great pickup because we've talked about this in previous shows. He's led the league in yards per average for reception the last 2 seasons, and look at his quarterbacks. Like he's done that with bum quarterback. So you bring him here with Lamar Jackson in an offense that can get him the ball. I'd love to have him.
Yeah. Shamar Bridges in the preseason was goated.
And that tells you the level. That tells you the level of respect we have for the wide receiver position in Baltimore. Like we will put anybody. We said Isaiah Likely as a rookie. We didn't need to go out and get a number 1 wide receiver because that rookie tight end could come in and be our wide receiver 1. Like we just don't respect that position as an organization. And it started with John Harbaugh. So I don't believe y'all.
See, here we go. OG Sean says naming Likely with those guys is insane. Okay. Okay. No, okay. Who would you name Likely with? Like at the time when we compared Prochet to Des Bryant, that's wild. That's crazy. You can't compare. You can't. It's not the same thing. You can't compare him. Really? What has he done with his career? Like at the time, you guys didn't think those players were going to be what they are, right? Who do you think, given opportunity, what kind of tight end do you think Likely's going to be? Let's take top 5 off the table. He's not top 5 tight end. Okay, let's take that off the table. Top 10? You think he's a top 10 tight end? Just outside the top 10. Good, and that's not bad either. And just so we're clear, me and Hendo wanted to keep Likely here, right? We're just saying you can't turn around and pay him a whole bunch of money after we paid Mark Andrews, right? Especially when we're talking about we don't have the money to re-sign Tyler Linderbaum. Y'all got to get your priorities in order. You got to get your priorities in order.
All right.
None of those guys claim a clutch. Let's get that out the way too. Isaiah Likely made 1 clutch play. 1 clutch catch. He had more unclutch catches this season than clutch catches.
After touchdown versus Pittsburgh, he fumbled the ball in New England. Like, and I'm not. This is the thing. I'm not trying to be down on that. We wanted him. I wanted them to sign. We wanted them to sign Likely and let Mark Andrews walk. Him and Kolar. Let's be clear about that. We're just saying you can't give $13 million to one and possibly $18 million to another, and then expect to build an offensive line, get your edge, get your D line, bring in another quarterback. You can't expect to do all these things while 2 of your tight ends are taking up about $30 million in cap room. It just can't happen.
And one clutch play isn't enough. That's not enough.
Coach.
Why all the Prochet slander? See, I try to mix them in with the other guys. Okay.
No coach. Ain't no Prochet slander. Prochet is my guy. How about this dude have a 10-year career? Facts. With no touchdown catches. And Ty, he's still in the league. He's with Tennessee, or at least he was with Tennessee.
Likely has shown enough to warrant tight end one. We can't afford him, but Likely has done enough to get money. Debatable. It's debatable. I wouldn't be. Listen, I hope all these players get money.
Facts.
Everybody get paid. But to be tight end one, I think that's debatable. He's shown flashes for sure, and if there's a team that wants to take a chance on him, cool, and I feel good about him, but it's a feeling. Don't mix with what we're saying. Like when we feel good about somebody, we think they're going to do well. We think Isaiah Likely is going to do well. He hasn't been that guy. That's all we're saying. He hasn't been that guy. And when you have a guy for 4 years and he hasn't been the guy, only shown flashes,
right?
You can't commit a lot of money to them.
Yeah. And now you put us on the other side of the fence because we've been defending Isaiah Likely. For the people that have been like, oh, why would we have him come in and be tight and want to give him all that money? He's never had 500 yards receiving in a season. And we've defended that, saying with more opportunity without Mark Andrews here, he could do better. But there was a stretch in time 2 seasons ago when Mark Andrews wasn't here, and he still didn't put up 500 yards. But that's not to say that that's his ceiling and he can't do better. He will. The problem that we run into that we're talking about is we as a franchise cannot keep going with projections. We can't say we think he's going to be good and shell out $18 million to a dude that we hope can be that guy. We need people that we know are going to be that guy. We made the mistake. We already made one mistake, giving Mark Andrews $13 million. We can't erase that right now. We've already done that mistake. Why double down and say, you know what? Potentially, with likely giving him 18 mil, he can be this dude, but we still got to get Mark Andrews some catches because he's making 13 mil. And if we bring in any other wide receivers, we got to get them in the fold as well. So this isn't likely slander. This is just being realistic about the money that we have to shell out if we want to build a Super Bowl contending team.
We'll get out of here in a few minutes. OG-san says, so if he gets a big contract, what does that say about him?
I hope it says he got paid.
Yeah, I hope he gets paid.
I hope he got paid.
And if he gets a big contract, cool. But what is he going to do when he gets that money? Players have gotten paid and shown that they weren't worth it, right?
Stop, fly from the block.
But what's a big contract? Like, you think he's going to get the biggest contract out there? Is he going to get more than Kyle Pitts? You know, I mean, Travis Kelce, if he decides to come back, is he going to get more Travis Kelce, Dallas Goedert, Cade Otton? He could. I don't know. I don't know. You know, truth hurts. Don't let Nitro hear this. Hear what about Isaiah Likely? Again, we like Likely. We like him.
Hey.
We just can't pay him now. We you know, this organization made the decision. It was a terrible decision. Mm-hmm. I'd be saying, said, now y'all got me up. He was he was laying down comfortably. Now he's fired up.
Trying to get your workday started, bro.
I appreciate you guys. I've been a Ravens fan for years. I just started getting into watching podcasts this season. I'm glad I stumbled into y'all videos a couple of weeks ago. Appreciate y'all. Thank you, RJ Trap. Share this with your friends, family, and loved ones, because that's how the YouTube algorithm works, man. They'll put you on the other side of the street, okay, where you don't need to be. Tell everybody, hey, come over here. You know, don't go over that side. Come over this side. All right.
One day we might
that Likely's out of here. It sucks, man. Like, these are poor decisions that EDC has made. Mm-hmm. These are poor decisions, and you know, you can't compound those decisions with more bad decisions. You can't commit the money that, like, if you think he's going to make a lot of money, why do you think we can afford that when we can't even sign our center? You know, like, we can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
We can't do that. We lost them. We have to go and look at one of these other tight ends and really put that money towards a star player, a star target. He's not a star player, right? We're talking about Tyreek Hill. You don't want Tyreek Hill, but you want Isaiah Likely. Tyreek Hill's a better player, even with one knee.
Right. That right there.
That great one says Cole Kmet. Does he follow DD?
Declan Doyle.
Oh,
from Chicago.
There you go. So, all right, we're getting out of here. Appreciate y'all. We'll be back tomorrow. We can continue this debate tomorrow. Okay, we can keep talking about this tomorrow. All right. We didn't even get to everything. You know what I wanted to talk about? We'll talk about tomorrow. I want to talk about KD's burners, getting him up out of here.
He's still doing that?
Yeah. You didn't hear about that? Like, he been tweeting a bunch of reckless stuff out there in his
about his own team.
Yeah, players and drones that he's investing in Gaza, and yeah.
Hey, world class. Dude, do we have to do a stream tonight or something? Because you wanna argue about the draft? Do we got to do a stream tonight or something? Like, do we got to put something out?
You don't argue about the draft? What do you want to argue about the draft about? All right, tomorrow. Come back tomorrow. Y'all want to argue about the draft? That's what y'all want. This is y'all show. All right. We'll do it.
We talk about what y'all want to talk about.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Have a great day. We'll see you next time. Peace.